She broke the 50-year-long slumber of Bengali middle class, which went to sleep after the Naxalite movement between late 1960s and early 1970s. They are now leading a major no confidence against her government. As opposition leader, Banerjee led movements against the oppressive left rule. After assuming the hot seat in 2011, she became more oppressive than the left. However, a mix of vote bank politics, hypocritical stand of Congress and CPM, and failure of the principal opposition BJP helped her avoid any strong resistance during the 13-year stay in power. Mamata's stay in power had been made easier by the urban middle class. Once referred as Bhadralok, this class represented all the good things that Bengal was once famous for: fine taste, erudition, and upright nature. History will tell that they were full of contrasts. A product of British historian Thomas Babington Macaulay's vision to enslave Indian minds through English education, Bengali middle class was the biggest tool of the colonial government. The same community sacrificed the most for the revolution against the British. The contrasts continued post-independence. Hindu Bengalis were the single biggest sufferer of the partition in 1947. But Bengali middle class showed their sympathy to Cuba, Vietnam, and Mao. They led the failed, misguided, and destructive Naxalite movement in late 1960s and early 1970s and went into coma. Political space was occupied by lumpens who destroyed whatever Bengal was left with. The middle class either remained silent or became approvers of this destruction. That explains why CPM-led Left Front could remain in power for 34 long years. That also explains why Mamata Banerjee's PT of a Poetry receives appraisal of acclaimed poets. The entire structure went to a rot. The ongoing protests, which was triggered by the rape and murder of a young postgraduate medical student at Kolkata's Arjikar Medical College and Hospital, broke that paradigm. The movement started under the slogan, "We demand justice," and escalated to the hashtag of Resign Mamata. Mamata never expected the urban middle class to come down on the streets and take to social media to call out her government. She did not expect the supporters of arch-rival football clubs, East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, to bury differences and raise slogans against her government. Under normal circumstances, these supporters grab each other by the neck. Typical to elites, the protesters were high on social influence. So protests soon crossed these social boundaries and has spread in and outside Bengal. Majority and successful Bengalis live outside the state. Demonstrations took place in many Indian cities. India's IT capital of Bengaluru saw numerous protests. On top of all, doctors across the country stopped work for 24 hours. News flew beyond the national boundary. Even Pakistani doctors supported the protest.